good, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today's video is going to be like a motivational slash giving advice type of video. If you can tell by the title, you can see what I'm going to talk about. Today I'm going to talk about micro habits, aka little things that you do to make life easier, you know. This is something that I've had to build myself up over the years. Like this, creating these habits is not just a quick thing. Like some of these habits have taken me months to perfect, or not even perfect because I'm still doing them now, but like just to get consistent. Some have taken years, or at minimum a year, and I'm just going to share them with you because I feel like it's helpful if like you're struggling like me. I've always struggled with staying consistent with routines and stuff, and it's really important to have things in place just to make your life run smoother. Do you get it? So I'm going to share those with you today, and yeah, I'm just going to get right into the video. So the first one is pretty obvious. It is to get routines. Get routines, whether that be, for me, I'm the type of person where I need a morning routine, I need an evening routine, I need a plan. I need something to follow, because otherwise my mind wanders and I'll start doing random shit that I ain't got no business doing. That's not important. You know what I mean? So I know having morning routines and evening routines for me is really beneficial for me getting shit done, because otherwise it won't be done. Simple as that. Me personally, I have, you know, little systems in place just to make the harder things easier to do, and I really believe that works, because there are times where I don't want to do it. I can't be bothered to do every single day, do a morning routine, every single day do an evening routine. But I'm at the point now where I've not been consistent in doing morning and evening routines, and it just fucks you over even more. Like you end up being overwhelmed, you're drowning in things that you need to be doing, and you don't know where to start, and you're like panicking, and then you end up doing nothing, and then you feel tired, and you feel guilt, and then you feel shame, and then you feel all of these things when, you know, it has to get done anyway, so you just have to find a way to do it. So yeah, me, I like to do little things like prepping Chico's food before the evening before, so that in the morning he's got everything. Because with my cat, she don't need no maintenance. You give her the food, ma'am, and she good. You get it? Like you give her little treats and she good. You give her a little play, she good. She chilling. But this one, currently I've given him something. I think he's finished it actually now, but he needs mental stimulation a lot more than her. So he obviously eats more. So I like to do some prep like stuff for him, which doesn't take long, to be honest with you. It takes about 15 minutes max for me to do what I need to do. I like to freeze this stuff as well, so that it takes longer for him to finish. Another thing that I've recently started doing, which I should do more of, and I haven't really perfected it yet, but I'm getting there, is planning my outfits the night before. Just laying something out. It doesn't have to be like you're in New York Fashion Week, but just having something is, again, it takes one less thing off your mind. Because I feel like when I go to bed, as tired as I am after doing all these things, I feel better, because I know it makes my mind rest to know that, okay, I can sleep tonight, and when my eyes open in the morning, I don't have to think about what I'm gonna wear, what Chico's gonna have, what I'm gonna have for breakfast. Like all of those things are done. I just need to get up. Solidifying a morning routine. And I also like slow mornings. I'm someone where I don't have to be up and out the house in the morning. So I like my mornings to be slow, and I like my mornings to be about me. I like to do my skincare. I like to do my hair. I like to go to the gym. Like I like to dedicate the mornings to me. So I don't want to have to be running around cleaning, preparing food, doing rubbish, looking for anything, when I could do it the night before and not have to worry. So yeah. The next micro habit that I have kind of definitely ties into the one from before, but it's basically just having to-do lists. I know I said in the previous video having a routine, but there's you know, you can have a routine, but if it's in your head and it's not down on paper or on your phone or however you like to jot things down, you're not going to remember it. You might remember it for a couple of days, but you need to have it somewhere visible so that you can see or you can go back to and check in on. I like to write down things. It does help me memorize things more, but I have been also using my phone because I am on my phone. So I do both. So if I'm not around the paper, I can just look on my phone because I have a bad memory and I forget stuff. But like I said earlier, doing it the night before I go to bed just helps me get it out. And I have a plan of like, yes, I know exactly what I'm doing. I like to also create timestamps, which I think is good for people who want to challenge themselves and people who are competitive like me. I compete with everything and everyone, including myself. So like I like to do timestamps of like when it's like how long I think it will take to do. So if I'm doing the dishes like in the evening, I'll put dishes 10 minutes and I'll set a timer for 10 minutes, see if how much I can do in 10 minutes. I also like to put things in order of how it's going to be done during the day. So the night before, I will literally write out every single thing I need to do, which is get out of bed, go and clean my body, you know, skincare, breakfast, walk the dog, feed them the pets, go to the gym. Everything I put in order. Even if I already know what I'm doing, I still put it in order because what we're trying to do with these micro habits is not have them be habits. They're going to end up, well, they are habits, but they'll end up being just ingrained in your mind that it's become second nature. You know what I mean? Just like getting up and brushing your teeth in the morning, you do that naturally. It'll be the same with these routines. So that's kind of the goal of what I'm trying to get through. Another micro habit that I have incorporated into my life is learning to budget my money. I am someone that is impulsive, and if I see something that I want and I think I need it in that moment, I will buy it. When in reality, I don't necessarily need it. It's just something that I look at and I'm like, I need it, but I don't need it now. I need it another time, but I'm going to get it now. And that's a stupid decision. So I'm learning to be more conscious of the way I'm spending money. I have, for a few months now, I have been using an expense sheet. So I'll write down all my bills, all my expenses, everything that I need to do that needs to be paid off. And you know, when that time of the month comes, everything needs to come out, I'll cross it off. And I'll make sure that most of the things, majority, 80% of the list is ticked off before I even think about purchasing something that I want. Because yeah, like having the temporary pleasures, you know, doesn't really help if you know that you have a budget and you know that you need to get stuff paid off and you don't want to fall into debt and all those things. I live on my own. I'm the only one managing this yard. So if I make a stupid decision and I buy something off impulse, it could affect my bills, and I just can't be afforded to do that anymore. So I've made the conscious effort of planning and budgeting. I also have a wish list of stuff that I need, stuff that I want, and I'll look at that list before I look at anything else. So I think that's important because most of us, we do spend money on bullshit. Let's be honest now, we all do it. But me, I don't really have shame in the sense that, like, if I buy something, say I buy like this gym outfit, for example. I've had this gym outfit for months. And something that I do is, particularly with gym outfits, I'll buy something bigger. Like I'll buy the size bigger and I'll wear it until it literally is like this. Because I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of tight on me. And that's what I want. I want to be able to wear it because, one, I'm motivating myself to put on weight, which is one of my goals. And it's saving me money. Like, I don't need to be buying the newest, the freshest, you know, gym sets every month, every week. You know what I mean? As long as it's not got holes in it and it looks good and it's, you know, I'm gonna rock it. You get it? So I haven't got much shame in like reusing things, recycling things. As long as it's still in good condition, I will keep it and I will run it up every single time it needs to get run up. Another thing that I've recently seen, I was watching a YouTube video, I can't remember the name of the person, but I was watching a random YouTube video, and this girl was talking about how she has separate bank accounts one for like her bills. I don't know how many she has, but she had a bank account for like only bills, and then a bank account for like leisure, like personal use and stuff like that. And I think that's a really good idea, because that way it's like whatever money I have left over, I could have that in a separate account, and then I won't have to think about, oh, I can't use that money because I don't know what I need it for something. But it's like, it's very confusing. If everything's in one place, sometimes it can get confusing. So if you separate things sometimes, and you think, this is the place where I take if I have an emergency and I need some extra cash, like I'll go there. This is where I go if I want to put money away. This is where I go where I want to pay bills and things like that. So that's another thing that I'm going to start incorporating into my life, because I really want to knuckle down with this money business because it's becoming a joke. Another micro habit that I have that I've actually, again, this is another recent-ish one, is doing weekly food shops instead of monthly food shops. I used to be a monthly food shop girl. I used to think that was the way. Going in to the shops, well, I would order mostly of the time, to be fair. I'll do home delivery. But yeah, writing down my whole list of all meals that I will plan out for the month. And to be fair, that is a good way to do things if you know that you're going to stick to it, which I would stick to it. But I've just recently found that like buying things weekly has actually worked out for me, because I've also made a conscious effort to look in my cupboards and see what I've got first, and trying to see if I can make a meal out of that. To be honest, if I'm going to be completely honest, both of the things work for me. You know, you can just feel like you're not spending as much, and that's how I feel like with the weekly shopping I've been doing. I haven't been spending as much, haven't been having to do much top-ups. The only thing I will top up is my my food shop. I mean, am I silly? Is my fruits and like juices and stuff like that. Those are the type of things that I will fill up, and little snacks, stuff like that. But yeah, that's really worked for me, and it also stops me from buying random stuff on the street. I become more creative with what I want to make. Like I'll make new little snacks, because I'm very creative. I like to make different things and try out new recipes, and I'm very open to things like that. Like I used to hate mushrooms. Ask me how much mushrooms I eat now in a week. I'm a mushroom girly, and I don't even know why. Well, I do know why, because I've been trying to make such an effort to improve my health, my overall health and fitness, especially since my hospitalization. So I know that mushrooms are really good for you, and they're good for the brain. So yeah, anyway, that's that. Weekly shopping. Okay, this next habit, I've been doing this for years. My next micro habit, is watching podcasts, or listening to podcasts, watching inspiring motivational content. Game changer. If you're struggling with being consistent, if you're struggling with low self-esteem, if you're struggling with no confidence, if you're struggling with just doing, and you need that little kick up the arse, that's what you need to do. I don't know where I'm pointing at, but you see what I'm doing here, and you're watching, you need to be doing more of. Go and find people that inspire you on YouTube, or go and find people that inspire you on a podcast, listen to them, audiobooks, whatever it is that you're into, find them. Reading books is good. The most powerful thing for me in this life that I appreciate and I value is knowledge. I like to learn. I always like to learn. I'm very open-minded. I have opinions and I have things that I'm set in stone about, but I'm also open to different perspectives and learning from other people. And I've always found that when I was in the deepest, darkest pits of hell of my depression, I was looking at those girlies on YouTube, and I was like, if they can do it, I can get up and do it, you know? I remember I'd be lying in bed and I'd just be looking at them and I'd just be like, what, are you sure? Get up. You know what I mean? I had to be the only one to get myself up, because there was no one around, except for my nan. Love you, nan. There was no one around, so just do it. Just do it. It's really good for you. Hearing those things, you can do it while I like to do these things, listening to these things while I'm doing things around the house, because it's like you're doing stuff around the house, but you're still, you might not be looking at it and watching it, but you're hearing it and it's going in. And having those motivational words, encouraging words going inside your head while you're doing something productive, it just gives you a sense of, you know, I can take on the world. I got this, you know what I mean? It just gives you something. Just try it, just try it, just try it. Even listening to this right now, do it while you're doing something. Get up now, get up and go and flip and wash the dishes. Get your ass outside to the gym. Go and make your meal prep, your breakfast, your lunch and your dinner. Do something. Or you could just sit and watch it. I don't really mind, but if you, because this is going to lead me to my next point. Do you know what? I'll just get to the next point. Okay, so my next micro habit is setting a time in the day or a period in the day where you rest. This is coming from what I was following up from what I was saying in the last point, but this is, yeah. Doing productive things is all well and good, yeah? You feel that dopamine hit, like you're happy, you're ready to go and all that stuff. But this is why I think I get, you know, sick sometimes, because, and like headaches and like dizziness, and I get fatigue quite a lot. It's because I don't know when to take a break. Or I'll end up taking too much of a break that I end up doing, and I'm doing nothing productive because I'm so like overworked and so burnt out and so like tired. You need to set a time where you're doing nothing or just chilling or doing something that's going to wind you down, and so that your mind can rest. If you're anything like me, my mind does not rest. So I have to like now tell myself, especially coming out of hospital, I have to tell myself, Alicia, sit down and do nothing, or sit down and read a book, so that your mind can just relax, because the book that I'm reading currently is about anxiety, so it's perfect for me. So read that book, just sit down, chill out. Like, you can have some time on social media, scroll, whatever. You can, whatever can relax you, do it, because it's so important. Because we're not robots, we're not machines, we're not built to be going go, 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 go all the time. Of course we're gonna fucking burn out. Come on now. It's like when you're on your phone. If you're on your phone every single hour of the day, by the time you get to hour 4, your battery's dead. And you're gonna have to charge it. So the same way you will charge your phone when your battery dies, the same way you need to charge yourself when you're about to die. Because your body, we have this thing where we just ignore these symptoms, like the fatigue, the headaches, the dizziness, you know, and we just think, oh, you know, it's not that deep. It is, because if you ignore it, you'll be face plant in the floor or in hospital. I'm telling you, stress will kill you. Stress will fuck you up. Stress will have you stressed if you don't manage it. So I've had to tell myself now, like, when I find myself doing too much, if I've done like 3 productive things in a day and I wanted to go for the 4th, I'll be like, okay, wait, do I need to do it? Can I take a break? Have I got time? Like, and I'm consciously telling myself, take a break. So yeah, setting time just to do nothing is okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Like, I think it's important, and I have to tell myself that because I refuse to believe it. But it's really good for your just health in general. So yeah. Another micro habit that I find really useful, which I don't do all the time, like, basically it's make your bed. You see my bed, it's made. Make your bed. Because you don't have to do it as soon as you wake up. I don't do it as soon as I wake up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But as long as I have made my bed by the time I leave my house, then I'm good. Because something about making your bed, it just, especially if you've got, you know, nice pillows and, you know, you've got little blankets going on, you know. When you look at it after it's done, it's like, it just looks so clean and presentable, and you're just like, it's cute, she's cute, you know. So I feel like making your bed does give you a good sense of accomplishment in the morning, especially, because it's just something that you've achieved, something that you've done. And it really is, I know a lot of people say this about making your bed, but it really does work. It really does help. It really is good for you, because then also you can't get back in it, and if you do, you're naughty. You're naughty if you get back in your bed after you've made it. All that effort gone to waste for what? No. Yeah, making your bed, I don't really have much to say about that, but it should just speak for itself. It looks good, you feel good doing it, you should keep doing it, and don't get back into bed, you lazy bastard. Okay, so my final micro habit, and I think this is a really good one, is to have a 10-minute tidy up before bed in the evening. It doesn't have to be straight before you hop into bed, but part of your evening routine, you should implement 10 minutes of tidying up. You don't have to do, you know, a full deep clean every evening, because it's not necessary sometimes. But if you can set a timer for 10 minutes and just run through your house quickly, just pick up anything off the floor that's not meant to be there, quickly put it away, take things off the counters, wipe the counters down, maybe a quick sweep, a quick wipe of the table in the living room, fluff up the pillows, you know, clean the toilet quickly, things like that. You'll be surprised how much you can do in 10 minutes in your house. I promise you. Take 10 minutes to tidy up your house. If you're an anxious girly like me, the worst thing in the world is waking up in the morning and seeing mess from the night before. You're already putting yourself at a disadvantage, because you're waking up and you're like, oh, I didn't do this I should have done this last night, it looks a mess. And then you're like going through it like, oh, I don't really want to do this. And then you're kind of annoyed at yourself that you didn't do it, but you have to clean it, and now it's like you just don't feel good doing it. Whereas if you do it in the evening, you wake up in the morning, your morning self will thank you. Your morning self will be like, oh, thank you, I'm glad I did this, because now I can like light a candle instead of like sweeping up or whatever it is that you was meant to do before, but you've done it already. You know what I mean? I can listen to some music, I can have a slow morning, and I'm telling you, just try it. It's just so good for you. So having a 10-minute tidy up for me has really worked in the evening before I go to bed. No matter how tired you are, I'm telling you, I promise you, your future self will kiss your lips in the morning, waking up to seeing nothing. And also, you're more likely to want to get up in the morning. I think I said this already, I don't know. But if I didn't, then I'm saying it again. You're more likely to wake up in the morning if you know everything's done. I wake up in the morning now. I used to wake up in the morning heavy with anxiety, like strapping me to the bed. Like I just didn't want to get up. I was like, I just had this big weight and pressure on me, and I just really hated getting up in the morning. And then I would also then I would go back to sleep. And then I wake up a couple of hours later and I'm like, shit, I'm late. And then I'm rushing to get ready, and I'm also rushing to clear up the mess from the night before. Then I'm rushing to get the pet sorted, I'm rushing to get myself ready, and then everything is just a mess. So I'm telling you now, 10 minutes tidy up before you go to bed, it will change your life. Okay, and with that, I am done. That is everything that I have for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, leave a comment maybe or something. But yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that business. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.